Welcome to the Dawg Chug. I'm Andy. Up here we have Roger, Ed, and Mrs. Stefanski. How's it going, everybody?
Hi,
Ladies
how
first.
are you?
Ladies first.
Lana,
I'm good.
Did you have any dreams about having sex with Kevin Stefanski this week since we last saw you? Everyone wants to know.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I haven't. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? What's been going through my head lately has been Max Struess's fantastic hair blowing through the wind on the court for the Cavs.
I gotta say something, Lana.
Kevin's on the. Do you hear the news?
He's still number one. Kevin's always number one. I'm just saying.
Okay. Right.
What I was trying to say was, Lana, you've been putting that out about Struess's hair, and that seems to caught your fancy. It caught you're tickled pink by it. You're liking that because we know you're a Stefanski girl, but now you kind of got a separate. You got a side piece. Like if Kevin called you right now and said, Lana, I've been on the X. And I see you throwing some breadcrumbs out there. I mean, just saying. I mean, do you have a response for Kevin?
I do.
You want to be part of the Dawg Chug. I mean, fourth chair, you got to be able to handle these kind of tough questions.
Exactly. And you know what, Kevin? You need to get a divorce. I'm not going to be number two.
All right.
I'm not going to be number two, okay? So he's going to have to get jealous that somebody else is sweeping me away. Okay?
Wow. Chugbot, what do you think about Lana now putting Max Strus over Kevin Stefanski all of a sudden?
Lana, you fickle little skank. Max Struess's mops got you wetter than Stefanski's playbook. Pathetic. You slut. Andy, you redneck prick. Watch her flip-flop.
Wow. Chugbot. For everyone that hasn't watched lately, Chugbot is our AI that we have had developed for the show. He listens with us and comments. Pretty soon, it's just going to be a bunch of AI doing podcasts. Which Dawg Chug is the most innovative pod out there, so we're first. So thank you for that, Chugbot.
Yeah. You are.
Well, we're going to have a great show for you tonight. I hope everyone is tuned in and excited. I don't know if you can notice, but YouTube should now show a picture of the Dawg Chug instead of my name, my stupid name. Isn't that fantastic, guys?
This is amazing.
Going on 4 seasons, and we made it. We made it. The next thing is free beer. I got the Masthead Italian style Pilsner. It's really good, man. That's a good beer.
Paul Jr. says,
we need a beer.
Go Bengals, and that he's here for the lovely Amirah you're going to be in a little bit. So thank you for tuning in, Paul.
Yeah.
Bengals. Oh, man. We got a rough crowd tonight.
We do.
Mike Crutchfield asked that we can keep it tight tonight. He doesn't want it to be another 2-hour marathon. He's got other
with you, Mike,
to listen to, reality TV podcasts. Thanks for tuning in, Mike.
I'm with Crutchfield.
All right. Well, in the spirit of keeping things tight, I think that's a great idea. So I'm going to turn it right to you.
Yes.
And it is time. It is time for Breakhead News. But I do want to say before we start that, I want to show the peeps out there. I want to confirm Breakhead News. Andy is not bullshitting. He has changed. It is the Dawg Chug. And when you go on YouTube, it will reflect that. Andy, big time in it. I'm chugging on that one before Breakhead News. Good job. Good job to us. Congratulations to us.
You're chugging Mountain Dew, though.
Yeah. Well, I got a dry mouth. I got Breakhead News. And we'll say one thing. I think it's a banger, everyone. So
it's a banger.
Now I got to find it. That's what happens when
me and Max Struess, we're bangers.
Wow. This isn't going very well.
No, it's not. And this is Eddie Columbus with your Dawg Chug Breakhead News. The Dodgers beat the Cubs 4-1 to open the Major League Baseball season in Japan, and nobody even noticed because nobody hit a bomb. The NCAA Men's Basketball Selection Committee busted Ohio State's nuts and left the Buckeyes out for the 3rd straight year. But real OSU fans are busting their own nuts rewatching the football national championship game. Hey now. And finally, Deshaun Watson got engaged and posted a video of himself working out at the Browns facility, and the Deshaun Dick Riders are fully erect. While normal Brown fans are just happy he hasn't sexually assaulted anybody lately and hopes his fiance is okay with fingering his asshole till death do they part. And this is Eddie Columbus with your Dawg Chug Breakhead News.
Wow.
Wow. That was very fabulous.
Joe, that was great. You can't
I
do
know,
better.
Andy. I know that, and honestly, you say I have like ill, will towards the show sometimes, and you might be right because you think I promote myself over the show. But here's the thing: by me going out there and promoting YouTube, I needed that extra chug, Andy. I thought I nailed Breakhead News. Thanks, everybody out there. Thank you, thank you. I did.
Well done.
Sorry to our
Very
guests
lovely.
that stayed up late to be on, but unfortunately we have to leave because we can't top what Ed just did.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Hey, everybody stay. We got a great show tonight. Don't do that. Hey, I promise you guys, I'll probably get worse though. That's the thing. That was probably my peak. It's going to get downhill from here. But Lana, that's why we have you. That's why we have you as an intern. You guys, Ed peaked. Okay, had a great Breakhead News. He's going to shit the rest of the show. Going to shit. You got to pick it up. This is a big point. Heather, shout out to Heather. She's on assignment, as we say around the business.
Yes.
But this is your
Working the
chance,
internet.
Lana. This is your chance to get those points up.
I'm trying.
And look who we
I'm
have.
winning.
It's
Oh shit! Oh, okay. All right.
In from assignment.
Heather and Lana are competing.
Yeah, how quick
She
that
will
was.
win Ross's chair. She couldn't let Lana out.
She
Do her.
said, "Fuck that." She
I
said,
stole my neighbor's internet to get this on. I
No
wasn't
way.
using this shit.
Wow.
"That's
Well, you know what? You get points for that. So
Yeah, I mean, she's become a burglar for the Dawg Chug, so I believe that she
we believe in any kind of crimes committed
criminal
for-
activity
Yeah.
gets you right to the
That
top.
gets you points. That gets you points.
If you're not
Fucking-
cheating, you're not trying.
checking the
That's
tally,
right.
you are only 4 points behind Lana. So it is
Wow.
neck and neck. But we have all off season to go, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's 24 and a half weeks till the season kicks off, and we have to
Oh,
declare
God.
a winner.
Wow.
And
Well,
whoever we pick, it will be the loser, unfortunately.
Yeah, we picking her as
That's-
Doug's not going to pick it.
Well, the audience is going to weigh in towards the end, and that is going to be part of the weight, but it's mostly going to come
boy.
down to who has the most Dawg Chug points.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can't be swayed in any way. Wink, wink. Can't be bribed in any way. Wink,
Whatever.
wink. And there's
Yeah.
ways to circumvent here,
So-
guys. So
No,
if you're not
footprints,
cheating, you're not trying. Bribery,
right.
cheat.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull out all the stops.
I mean, Heather
Mhm.
stole internet. Heather said, "I'm stealing internet. I need it. I'm gonna come on." Lana's not stealing points tonight. See, here's what she did. Heather just is playing the game. She's like, Lana could steal some points tonight. I need to steal internet, and that gets her her points right back. So we appreciate on the Dawg Chug. We appreciate that next level thinking, Heather.
The commitment.
Mhm,
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah.
thank you.
Dawg Chug, Chugbot. I mean, geez, man. What do you think about Heather stealing her neighbor's internet to make sure she can get on
Oh, God.
online tonight? Chugbot, anytime.
This thing.
Chuck has no opinion.
Selfie snapping
We
whore.
don't comment.
Come on here. And you stole your neighbor's internet to crash this Dawg Chug shit show. The 19th of March, 2025. Fucking genius. You skank. Swiping Wi-Fi like a redneck bandit just to flaunt your goldfish face. Andy, you honky fuck. She's out thieving you tonight.
Wow.
That was a low blow calling her goldfish face.
That was probably the dumbest comment I have ever seen.
He's working. It's a work in progress.
That may be
people are-
the dumbest comment I've
people
ever
are-
heard. When
people
I
are
saw that, I was
very
like, "Are you
mean.
serious?"
Heather's just putting herself out there, and people are so mean. But I think someone won the award for the dumbest comment ever. They said you look like a goldfish, and now
They did.
Chugbot,
They did
Chugbot
say-
can't stop making fun of her about that. Chugbot,
So
stop
it was
making fun
probably
of her.
Chugbot.
Yeah.
It probably was.
He does have a lot of burner accounts, I'm afraid.
He
All right.
should have an X page.
Right.
I think we got do we have a top 10 tonight?
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Hey, we're still live. We got a
We're
top
on.
10. Ed was a perfect segue because these are the top 10 gifts that did not make it on Deshaun Watson and Julia Naeus. Is that how you say it? Naeus Engagement Registry.
Sure.
These are the top 10 gifts that did not make it. Here we go. Number 10. French handcrafted champagne flutes etched with Rusty Harden's phone number. Number 9. 2 dozen solid gold napkin ring holders, 20 of which are already engraved with the case numbers of the settled civil suits. Number 8. Calvin Klein mace for her. Number 7, Crane and Company Region Blue Bordered Stationery with hand-drawn calligraphy NDAs. Number 6, Waterford Crystal Mantelpiece etched with the prenuptial agreement. Number 5, antique print of a 16th century oil canvas titled An Angel Leading a Soul to Hell. That was from us at Dawg Chug. Number 4, Watson's Lifetime Band lifted for one weekend at world-renowned Mia More Massage Spa and Hotel in San Antonio, Arizona. Number 3, fine Egyptian cotton embroidered his, hers, and massage hookers hand towels. Now they're getting better. Number 2, Germany, 1936, Porcelain Alec des Wirtschafts ceramic Nazi tea set from the Haslam. And the number 1 gift that did not make it on Rapey and Gold Diggers engagement registry, one-way tickets the fuck out of Cleveland. I'm Roger First Chicago Falls, and I got 0 fucks to give about Derek Watson, Mary Kay.
Wow. That was incredible.
That was fantastic.
That was a good one. That might go into the top 10. We need to do a top 10 of the top 10.
Top 10 of
That's
the top
right.
10.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Because that might make the list there at the top.
Chugbot,
That number 1 was good.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Chugbot, I'm always interested. You heard Roger's top 10. Did he miss anything? Is there anything else that won't be on Deshaun Watson's engagement registry?
2, Browns playoff tickets.
Oh,
That's true.
Oh.
ouch.
Amirah will be on very shortly. Everyone is very excited for them to tune on. We like to keep the audience waiting. The trick is not to go too far because then they'll just say fuck it and drop off.
Yes.
We've yet to figure that line yet, but we're towing it.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
I think is it time to have any other fun bits planned? I don't think so.
No, it's
Time to
So
bring on the
without further ado, let's bring on our amazing guests. That's what you're all waiting for. So
Yeah.
we'll bring them on. Roger, do you want to introduce?
Well, you know what? We kind of played GM tag. We haven't met either one of them. I got a DM from Bougie Sports and said, "Hey, we got a new contributor, Posh _Cleveland. See if you have some time to bring her on the show." And so we started DMing. We got something together, and she has a friend who's going to join her tonight. They're huge fans of the AFL, and there's a little lull right now. The Cavs are winning. We got the playoffs wrapped up. Guardians are getting the kid situated for minor league. The Browns dumpster fire like always.
Yeah.
So let's bring in our 2 guests, and they're going to educate us on some, what is it, the AFL is?
UFL.
UFL. Why do I keep saying whatever?
I don't know. 'cause
UFL.
You? How's it
Why do
you
you let
go?
me do these things? Let's bring them in. Go ahead, Andy.
you.
UFL.
All right. So welcome to
UFL.
Dawg Chug, Posh
Hell.
Clevelander,
I
and welcome
can't
to
spell.
the Dawg Chug, Amirah.
Hi.
Hello.
We're sorry.
Thank you so much for
Guys,
coming on.
It's awesome being here.
Thank you for having us on.
Hell yeah.
You're welcome.
We're like this is wow. What is what's in our cups here tonight? Because we're all very quiet.
Well, yeah. We like to have awkward sounds on the Dawg Chug.
We're showing a little class tonight.
Rogers told us that he had 2 guests that could come on that were huge fans of UFL, and I wasn't. I mean, at first I thought that was, being a Browns fan, unbelievably frequent losses, but he told me that's not what that is. So we're not big soccer fans on the Dawg Chug, actually, but can you explain what the UFL is? Because
Okay. Yeah, there is a UFL for soccer, but this is Amirah is going to explain a little bit. She did a great presentation about it, but the UFL basically is the football league, and she's going to do a great presentation about it. I don't want to step on her toes, but this is spring football, and the season starts next Friday. And it's next Friday, and the championship game will be held once again in my town of St. Louis, June 14th. And it's going to tell you all about it. And
Nice.
it started from, you may remember the XFL. You may remember the XFL.
Oh, is that like a wrestling thing? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was Vince McMahon, which that eventually, I mean, essentially XFL. Yeah.
So is the
Yeah.
UFL like the best high school kids playing football, or like what is it?
Okay, so you've got players that maybe didn't get drafted in the NFL. You've got players that left the NFL that came here. Like, for instance, Josh Gordon. This season, I want there's a lot of Browns connections. So on my show on Bougie Sports that I'm privileged to be on, it's called It Ain't Over, Spring Football with your girl Posh _Clevelander by Bougie Sports. It'll be Tuesday evenings. I'm going to mention the Browns connections because there's always a Browns connection with football. So we've got former players. Josh Gordon, he was a big star of a team called the Seattle Sea Dragons that's now defunct now. And so Josh Gordon, you've got Perry and Winfrey redemption story that's on the Birmingham Stallions right now. He's hoping not to get cut. Day is March 21st. So he's hoping not to get cut. You've got, remember Greedy Williams.
Oh, he was
Greedy Williams is on the Brahmas.
He was terrible.
Oh my God! So wait, all the Browns cast-offs somewhere else they can play like football.
It's real football. It's real football.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but it's in the spring. There's football on in the spring.
Yes, no more
We've
football
been missing
withdrawal.
it. We've been missing it.
Yes. It's no more football withdrawals. It's awesome.
Wow.
Next Friday. Here's a name to watch. Next Friday.
Now,
We love Battlehawks. She's going to tell you more. Hakeem Butler.
Yeah.
Hakeem the Dream Butler. Next Friday, March 28th. You will be a fan when you watch him, Hakeem the Dream Butler. I'm going to let Amirah take it away from here.
All right, Amirah.
Do you want me, Andy? Do you want me to I have the slides? Do you want me to do you want? If you want to start, we can start the presentation, and you can go ahead and feel free, and then I'll narrate you through.
If you could pull it up, actually, that would be great. I mean,
right.
yeah,
Exactly.
just so I know what I'm starting.
Whoa!
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
This is awesome.
Well, this is it. This is the United Football League explained for all the rookie fans. Yeah. You can keep going. As Posh kind of mentioned, the UFL, it's a spring football league that began last year as a result of the XFL and the USFL both merging. Like, they both used to be the spring football leagues, and then now they merged together, and now they're the UFL. All right, next slide.
I'll get you.
Okay, I just don't remember like the slideshow off the top of my head. So
Okay. Fair enough. That's fair enough.
I don't actually like.
Okay,
I would
that's
stop. I don't know.
You're doing great.
Anyways, so we have the owners, Dwayne Johnson. I think we mentioned a little bit of like wrestling, boxing, whatever. Dwayne Johnson actually is one of the co-owners of the UFL, alongside Danny Garcia. I am mentioning Danny Garcia a lot more though, just because she has done a lot more for the league, and The Rock is, doing whatever he's doing with his life right now. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, well, actually, because he's back there actually like wrestling now.
WWE.
Yes.
Yeah, so like
I'm not a wrestling fan at all, so I didn't keep up with that, so I didn't know that.
But like I said, that goes back to the Vince McMahon days when like Andy was talking about how he mentioned, it's a wrestling thing when we talked about the XFL, and he's right. I mean, it was Vince McMahon back in was it 2002? I remember the when it first started, and obviously went out, and then obviously the USFL came in. Now they merged, and to your point, that's where the wrestling, the Rock just continues that. So. Yeah, we're walking on to the teams. Now this is where it gets interesting, and I can't wait till you present this slide because I actually went through the slides, and Andy remembers this. Day one Dogs, we all picked teams. I was the Birmingham Stallion. She'll get into it, but if we talk about them being champions, I've had success with them, and it's kind of fun when you pick your spring team, and I just happen to be the best, Andy. I just want to point that out.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, as we mentioned, the teams, we got 3 of them right here. We have the Arlington Renegades, who were the 2023 XFL champions. They were, they were like 4-0 Posh, I don't know if you remember off the top of your head what their record was, but when they won in 2023, but they only had like 4 wins and they won the entire league. So
it was sad. It was sad. Yeah, that's when it was like high school football.
Yeah, it was. Spring football is crazy enough that, a 4-win team can somehow win the entire league. But anyway, so that was before the merger. They're based in Arlington, Texas. Last year they were 3-7, so it wasn't like they really improved that much.
I remember I remember that team. It's funny that you mentioned that because I actually remember that, and I remember because I turned it on and I'd watch sporadically, so I would miss a week. So I'd watch a week and then I'd miss a week and watch a week. And I remember that team. It's like they were so bad in the regular season, and then they got hot during the playoffs. And I remember them. Obviously, they won the XFL, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when I was like, they are really not a good team, but they got hot, and it was fun to watch. And I felt that way about Birmingham too. It is fun to watch when you watch these teams out there. If you do pick a team, and I think the best way to get into it is to pick a team, stick with that team, and actually watch the development of some of these players, because you will find 1 or 2 players. Maybe go with the Browns connections, to your point. And I think that you that's how you invest in it, or you know what I'm saying. And I think that's the best way to get involved with the league is actually to pick a team, probably.
Oh, she's gonna help you. Keep watching.
Yeah, keep going. I know we're rolling here.
No,
We're rolling.
I didn't finish yet, so you can go back. I didn't finish all the teams. Yeah, I got lucky when I picked the Battlehawks, so it was just pure out of luck that I picked them and I got into the league that way. But we have the Stallions, who are the 2022 and 2023 USFL champions, as well as the inaugural 2024 UFL champions. So they have won 3 consecutive spring football championships. And so this year they're on track to potentially four-peating. Hopefully not for my case, but anyways, they were 9-1 last year. Their only loss was to the Brahmas, I remember that game. That was a crazy game. And then we have the DC Defenders, who are based in Washington, DC. Last year they were 4-6. They were a good team back in the XFL. Last year, I don't know what happened. They were 4-6, but hopefully this year they'll be back to kind of how they were in the XFL days. So, and then we got more teams. Yeah. I believe we have the Houston Roughnecks next. Yes, I got it. The Houston Roughnecks. I don't have much to say. They're 1-9 in the USFL conference. They were actually the Houston Gamblers of the USFL. But then they kind of rebranded into the XFL's Houston Roughnecks. So a lot of their playing staff is from the Gamblers of the USFL, which is why they're in the USFL, despite being like an XFL team. And then we have the Memphis Showboats. Also, nothing much to really say about them. They're based in Memphis. Last year they were 2-8. Really,
there's a player named Daewoo Davis. If you want to watch them, he's a really good wide receiver. He's a spark on the team if you want to watch him this season.
Thanks, Posh. I love that. And then we have the Michigan Panthers. I think you guys can recognize someone in there. That's Jake Bates, who's currently the kicker for the Lions.
That's my team.
Yeah.
It is.
He was on the Michigan Panthers last year, based in Detroit, Michigan. And then their record last year was 7-3. And then we got the San Antonio Brahmas. As much as it pains my Battlehawks heart to say this, but they were the 2024 XFL Conference champs. And the reason why it's painful is because they beat us in the XFL Conference Championship game. So I will never forget that day. I was really sad that day. But their record last year was 7-3. This is a 10-week season, if you haven't already kind of picked it up. 10 games in the season, 2 playoff games. And then finally, Posh, you're gonna be really happy. Our St.Louis Battlehawks.
Can you use the screen quickly?
Yeah.
I want to hear about the Battlehawks. Okay, well, St. Louis. Last year we were in 7-3, and hopefully we win a chip this year because it has technically 3 years since spring football, and the Battlehawks have been around. And they still haven't won anything. So
No, it's just true to the audience out there, because I happen to pay attention to the UFL and have been the USFL and XFL. And I know, is this true? It's just like the Cleveland Browns. You got a team. I'm not saying the Battlehawks actually win, and conference not like the Browns, but they're the best fan base in all of spring football.
Yeah.
They are like the best fan base. Can you, Posh? I know you. Can you expound on that? Because as Browns fans, we understand what that's like to be the best fans, and it's good to see teams actually win.
I've lived here. Yes, I've lived here. I grew up in Cleveland, and I moved to St. Louis in 2005. So, yeah, I lost my team twice. I lost my football team twice. But St. Louis tailgated before the pandemic, when it was the XFL. They tailgated their spring football. They tailgated their spring football with the merger. I'm serious. They tailgated the Rams games. Even when Kroenke made sure to keep Fisher for an excuse to move the team out.
Mr. 7-9, Jeff Fisher.
They tailgate. This is a football team. This is a football city. Don't let Kroenke try to say, like he tried to say, it wasn't. This is a football team. They 5 a.m. Just like the Browns, 5 a.m. they are out. It's awesome. Battlehawks is the most engaged fan base. The most engaged fan base. They're on Twitter. They're most supportive. They are die hard. It's like I'm at home at the Browns games here in St. Louis.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Really
So they have so they have championship games, but then is there just
it's like the AFC and the NFC. If you think about this,
they don't have like a Super Bowl?
Yes, they do.
They do have a Super Bowl. So the championship game, Josh mentioned it's in St. Louis. It was in St. Louis last year too. And then the playoffs is basically like someone said, it's like the AFC and NFC championships.
Okay,
the USFL conference championships and the XFL conference championships. So we don't have wild card divisional round like the NFL.
Okay.
We go straight to the conference championship games.
Gotcha.
There's only 8 teams, so only half of them can really go anyway. So it's and it's a 10-week season, so it's like the playoffs, not that much you can really do about that. So
okay, I understand better.
Yeah.
Right now, all the teams are in Arlington. It's like they're at camp. They all are in Arlington training at camp for these past 2 weeks. The cut day is March 21st. This Friday is cut day, and it starts and the first game is Friday, March 28th.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting too, because all the teams, they're representing each city across the country, but they actually practice and train and live in Arlington because that is the UFL's hub. So it's very interesting. But they still at least for the Battlehawks, they will go to St. Louis and do charity things. They'll go to different businesses and stuff like that. And I know all the other teams do that. So even though the players don't live in their respective cities that they work for, but they are doing everything they can to get involved in the community and get themselves out there, because a lot of people don't really know about the UFL. So it's pretty cool to see that, honestly.
Wow. So I'm a little confused. Is this like a fictional movies version of the NFL, and we're just talking about how detailed they got when they created it, or is this like an April Fool's joke?
Tell us how you really feel about the UFL.
I'm just not getting
real football. I mean, tell that to Jake Bates. He picked a huge
football in the fall. They don't play football.
Yes, he is. You've got players that left the UFL that are currently in the NFL, and you've got players that left the NFL that finally get, even though their career's over, that get one last breath, one last take in the UFL. I'm
pretty sure Perry and Winfrey's in prison right now. He's not playing on something.
Okay, let me ask this, and I think you and I would be interested to know the answer to this one.
Yes.
Would the showboats, who are like the Giants, or the Roughnecks, who are really bad, it says here, would they beat Ohio State? I don't think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
I don't know too much college football to answer that
I
question.
think it would be a close game.
Okay,
Let's put
so
it
this
that
is
way.
so this is almost like the NBA, like G League.
I would say
And-
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say that.
Yeah, that's a good way
Yes.
to put it.
Yes. I would say that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah.
I would say perfect, but you do have some teams that they tend to be strong. They're stronger, like the Stallions. Really, and they.
Oh, that's my
weren't-
team.
the
That's my
Stallions
team.
repeating. Yeah, the Stallions repeating, and it wasn't because they're repeating because they're the best out of the garbage. They showed skill. They showed.
I think, Posh, to your point, I think the Stallions, because it's not just a one and done, it's a 3 years in a row that they're win. And Skip Holtz, the coach of the Stallions, does a great job because he's had multiple quarterbacks. It's not like, the Stallions have just had, one quarterback like a Joe Montana or whatever. They've had a couple quarterbacks, and it just shows that the system that they have. I really think the Stallions, you put them in the NFL, I think they could win 1 or 2 games. I really do. I think they could win, and that shows you I think they could win 1 or 2 games. And honestly, the Browns won 3 games. I mean, let's be real.
You got coaches. You got Wade Phillips, the coach of the Browns.
Yeah, these are some good. These are some good coaches. Yeah.
You got
Hey,
NFL coaches
had-
that are coming into and adding skill. We had what's that? Amirah, what was that? Okay, the former coach of the Brahmas, light-skinned guy, bald.
Oh,
was
was it?
Oh,
He played. I think he played for the Steelers.
Oh gosh.
I can't remember either.
Well, we will get. Yeah, I'll get it.
I
But
forgot his name.
that's the point. To your point, they do. To Andy's point too. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Is Wade Phillips passes from? Yeah, okay, but it's still like there's still. It'd be like if Bill Belichick went there instead of like going to North Carolina. Like there's still a place for these older guys to go that have knowledge. Like if John Gruden would go there, if these other coaches, like say Urban Meyer would go there someday, because I mean it is the best of the minds. Like what you could argue Wade Phillips 3-4 defense, probably the best ever, like one of the best ever as a defensive coordinator, maybe not as a head coach, but Wade Phillips is probably one of the best defensive coordinator of all fucking time. You can put him on Mount Rushmore. I mean, so you are getting
and Greg
great
Williams.
instruction.
Greg Williams was on the DC. Yeah, Greg Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
DC.
it is the real deal.
It is.
I got a question. Amirah, who would you say would be like the Browns? And if you had to put at the UFL, because I say you got your comparisons, who would be the Browns?
Oh boy.
They're not even good enough to make the list.
That may be true. That may be true.
And I think the answer is the Browns. The Browns would be the worst team in the UFL.
Yeah, the 3-win team, whatever one that was.
Right. We're just
Like
below
either
medium.
the Roughnecks or the Showboats, whatever the two.
Showboats. We're the
Okay.
Showboats.
I like the show. I can live with this. I can live with the Showboats.
I literally I put the Jags and the Giants just because I listed 2 like bad teams and stuff, and I'm sorry to your Browns, but
no
I don't want to
apologies.
insult you.
We know.
We
Yeah.
know. We know.
Well,
you would
We're
rather
obsessed with mediocrity.
this
Yeah.
is blowing my mind. There's a whole nother league you can watch if you want to. This is amazing. I had no
It
idea.
is.
Oh, yeah. So what
You
makes
got
you
more. You got more. Like I said,
This is
there's some
interesting.
things.
This is the cool part, guys. This is the cool part too.
So, what makes the UFL different from the NFL, you might ask? Number one, which is honestly probably one of my favorite things about the league, during the games, the players, coaches, and refs are all mic'd up, and you get to actually hear them on the broadcast, which is pretty freaking cool. Like, you get to hear the players.
We would have heard Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph. We would have heard what really happened.
That's right. We
Right.
need this kind of
Yeah.
footage.
Right.
Exactly. It's literally like
You
that.
hear curse words sometimes. The curse words get through. You really do hear it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they do.
True.
You can hear all the curse words. You can hear all the coaches calling the play calls, the players, all that. When there's some kind of foul or something like that, you get to hear the refs actually talk about the decision, which I know in the NFL, everyone's got their qualms
It's
about
like,
that.
shh.
And there's- Tell them about Dean Blandino.
Oh yeah, Dean Blandino. He's one of the he's like the TV analyst.
Yeah, we see him on CBS. Dean Blandino when he comes on. Yeah, he's a big part of the show. Yeah, on the
He's
CBS.
on he's part of the UFL kind of crew, and so he's a big part. He controls the UFL kind of control room when it comes to like making these types of calls. So you get to hear him too, and you'll get to hear him talk to the referees about different kinds of calls, like what they should say, what the decision should be and stuff. So you get to hear that like during the broadcast, which is pretty cool. And then kind of along the same lines, instead of using chains and sticks to determine like the first down or whatnot, they have like virtual like technology. They call it the true line measurement technology. And you can actually see like where the ball was in relation to like where the first down.
And that would have helped with the Josh Allen Buffalo Bills. Like now, I think the NFL is actually going to this.
They
They're
are.
still having the chain,
Yes, they are. Yes,
still
they
having
are.
the chain gang as backup.
Yep.
Still having the
So
chain
it's
gang.
like a little experiment to see if it works
Yeah.
for the NFL. I want to know though, like when they tackle, they like rip the flag off. How they do it?
It's no flag football. It's real football, dude.
Real
It's
football.
real.
Tag football.
It's not tiddlywinks.
They're wearing pads.
They're wearing pads. And
Now maybe
so-
the Browns need some of this. Now the scoring's a little different now. Scoring's a little different.
Are the walls out of bounds? Are the walls out of bounds? What they're running into the walls? Is that?
Everything's the same. Well, mostly
Oh.
all the football rules are the same.
all
Obviously, the only thing though is there's no kicking an extra point after a touchdown. Instead, you can like coaches and players can kind of decide where they want to do like an extra point attempt. So if you do it at the 2-yard line, you get an extra point. If you successfully convert it on the 5-yard line, you get 2 additional points in addition to the 6 points that you get. And then if you do it from the 10-yard line, you get 3 points. So let's say, you score like 6 points, like a touchdown. And then after that, you do it all the way from the 10-yard line. That's like 9 points already. So it gives teams more of an opportunity to win big games and stuff.
And with our shitty kicker, that would have helped the Browns out because they might as well have went
Right.
for it.
Exactly.
The
The Browns
Canadians
wouldn't
or
needed
something
their
like that.
kicker.
And Force of Nature saying that the Browns haven't tackled in years. I think you're forgetting 2 years ago we had like the best defense in the league, but last year they didn't tackle.
The years are long, Andy. The year is long.
players-
The year
The
is long.
players they obviously don't wear helmets, right? They just run around.
They wear him. They wear leather heads. No, they wear helmets.
They have
God,
they
it's
have to protect themselves when they
like
fall.
real football.
It is real football, you
Oh my
guys.
God.
Yes.
It's blowing my mind.
Yeah, and we got the super challenge here too. That's Anthony Beck, our Lord and Savior for the Battlehawks. We love him. So I'll just have him on there just because that's my coach. But coaches can challenge a call like anytime as long as they have a timeout remaining. And then this is something new that they're doing this year. If the first challenge is successful, they will get awarded another challenge that they can use during the same game. So they'll essentially have 2 challenges in this game, which, it's pretty awesome. Anthony Beck is pretty awesome with calling challenges. And so he's really smart. He's super in tune. So I'm excited for him to utilize that super challenge throughout the season as well.
That's
Now,
awesome.
Anthony Beck, there's a reason why I'm wearing my t-shirt tonight. Anthony Beck is a former player on the Jets. His
The
son-
tight end.
Yep.
His son Rocco Beck won the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Oh,
That's
nice.
why
That's the best bowl.
We know the Pop-Tart Bowl.
We love the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Yeah.
Paul is asking if the Browns are real football.
That's fair.
No, the Browns are.
No,
The Browns
they're
are not.
actually not.
It's terrible. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
I think the trolls who would be like, "Oh, relegate the Browns to the XFL." I know the Twitter trolls would be saying that, but
I think the Browns would struggle. I think the Browns might struggle.
They probably would.
I think the showboats probably would have beat them even, honestly.
Yeah.
So pretty
Davis Davis.
Yep.
Chugbot wants to know if, in
Oh,
lieu
no.
of having announcers,
Crap.
if he could announce the games.
Oh,
I apologize.
gosh.
You might have to ask the UFL. I don't know why I'm being
said
why
he's very
Josh
cheap.
being asked.
Alright.
But
We
I
don't
mean-
think we don't want to. You don't know enough about us yet, so we're trying to fake it that we know what we're talking about, and that's why we're asking you. It's all
Chugbot,
our
as
plan.
a Chugbot, I could maybe hook you up. I mean, I would be interested in to see the Chugbot do some games. So
Hey, now.
Oh,
Yeah, Chugbot.
now that censored words, so like all the swear words and stuff, players can say that on TV, and no consequences. Unlike in the NFL, I think a Chugbot would fit in just well.
Nice.
Seeing your passion for the UFL, which of the 8 teams do you own?
My own. I gotta rep my Battle Hogs wherever I go.
Yeah.
But
I
We're
got
gonna
the
have to
message,
hashtag sponsor these women. They're good ambassadors
Yeah.
for the sport.
Yes, yes. I got the necklace. My necklace says STL Battlehawks, guys.
where'd you get that
oh, I
from?
love that.
Just go on Amazon and go on Amazon and do personalized necklace, and you can it says STL. But I have got one that says Cyclones. I got one that says Cleveland. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I need to get a few of those.
I know you're
Ooh,
gonna have Posh. You'll have
awesome.
to send it to us in the group.
Yeah,
chat.
Posh,
I want to get one that says
get
Bougie
into that.
Sports. I want to get one that says Bougie Sports one day. Yeah.
I'm coming on with the chain that says Dawg Chug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see where we can get one that says Bougie Sports. Enough characters for Bougie Sports or something.
GC
All
for
right,
life.
cool.
What?
So what can we expect this season, Amirah?
Very good question. So, as I mentioned before, the Stallions, they have the chance to make history to 4P. Paul, love the little shout out. So we have the Stallions having the chance to the 4P, potentially being the first team in spring football history to win a 4th consecutive spring football championship. And I was actually doing some research. It's kind of rare in general for a team in any sport to win 4 consecutive championships. Obviously, like the Chiefs were deprived of a 3-peat this year as well, so it's quite rare to do that. So the Stallions, like, they have a lot of pressure on their shoulders right now. But again, hopefully that doesn't happen.
We can't put up the 4s. Like, as a Stallions fan, I want to put up the 4, but as a Browns fan, you throw up them 4s, then the Watson, the Dick Riders come out, they go, oh yeah, Deshaun's coming back, new hype video.
Do it.
Be back.
Yeah, I
Fours
guess
up.
in Cleveland Browns terms, the 4 is kind of a cursed number.
We can't do
Yeah,
it.
it is.
So, it's okay for the Stallions. For the Stallions, it should
Oh.
be a good number.
Yes.
But we got a new quarterback in St. Louis. We released AJ McCarron, who everyone knows AJ McCarron.
Oh,
Alabama legend. And like the Battlehawks are going for another playoff push with a new quarterback under center. It's a 3-way competition between Max Duggan, Siobhan Cordero, and Manny Wilkins, who's a returning Battlehawks quarterback. So it'll be very interesting. I've been hearing Cordero has been very great in camp, but Max Duggan personally is kind of my choice. Everyone knows him from the TCU run and all that, so it'll be awesome to see him ball out. And then, of course, we got all of the UFL's biggest stars returning, like Luis Perez, our offensive player of the year, Hakeem Butler, Posh, you know him. And then we got Kai Nakua, who is actually Puka's.
Is that Puka? Okay.
Puka.
Okay.
He plays for the Panthers. So, yeah. And then we got Matt Corral.
Former quarterback at Ole Miss or whatever. He's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
Matt
Kellen Mond, former quarterback of the Browns.
Texas. Yeah, the Browns had him. Had him for a little bit. Bonus points to Lana or Heather or anybody want to chime in. That name AJ McCarron. He would have been a Cleveland Brown if this would have happened. What didn't happen? Didn't happen?
Fact.
That's right. That fact didn't go through. That fact didn't go through.
Is that what?
Oh my
God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
so we ruined another
totally forgot about
quarterback's
that, too.
life. Like, okay.
That's right. Yeah, I think his wife was that Catherine Webb. She was on that diving show, and she was that
It was.
cheerleader.
It's
Yeah.
Catherine Webb for sure because they panned out on her as much during the Alabama.
Yeah, Brent
season.
Musburger was having some fun.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Shout out to them. But yeah, and then there you go.
All right. So
Watch the UFL, y'all.
Oh my God, this is on TV?
Yes,
Yes.
it's on TV.
It's on Nickelodeon. It's on a Nickelodeon.
Oh God, that's amazing. All right.
Nickelodeon podcast coming soon. And the season kicks off next Friday, March
It's on
28th.
a monkey.
My
Nickelodeon.
Battlehawks, mine and Posh's Battlehawks, taking on the Roughnecks.
Oh, that's on.
on
Okay, nice.
Fox.
Mm.
So it also March 28th. That's a
Guys,
Friday. Next Friday.
Get your
Is that like
power
is that
ready.
like Friday night? Says that like
You
Friday
know
night?
what? Yes, it's Friday night.
Yeah,
And-
it's a Friday night.
So they're gonna have Friday night games, yeah.
So yeah, all the
But
games.
we have to address the elephant in the room, guys. There's a strike going on. They still have not decided. The players and UFL organization still are having contract issues. So it's
I just booked. I was just about to get a pizza. I was ready March 28th, 8 o'clock, probably on Fox, Battlehawks, Roughnecks. And now you're telling me this may not happen. Is that what you're
Ruin
saying?
ruin your night.
It's most likely still gonna happen. It's like
Oh.
a lot of this cold. So don't worry, we're gonna have a.
I don't care if they get third graders. Get the teams on the field and let's
Well,
go.
they're like, you guys get on the field.
Yeah,
Alright.
somebody get on.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah,
get on.
so I'm really hoping it happens, but they are far apart. Latest projections, they are far apart, guys. So it's
Okay.
Good.
Well, I do want to point out we have a Steeler. He's been on the show before, and you have to excuse him. You know, like they're not very smart, but he made a comment that I did post that he wanted to get the stupid PowerPoint off the screen.
Ah.
He's a Steeler fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
Just take it with
Apologize
the
for him.
grain of salt.
Yeah.
I know.
Chopa, how do you feel about Jay roasting the PowerPoint presentation?
Chugbot's here to roast your sorry ass for shitting on Posh and Amirah's UFL PowerPoint tonight. Stupid PowerPoint. Feel like high school valedictorian project. You whiny redneck prick. Bet you flunked out jerking off to Big Ben posters. You ghetto trashy inter. Posh worked a nurse slut ass off. And you're crying like a bitch cause it's over your pea brain head. Go suck a pierogi and choke on your terrible towel. You Pittsburgh coon lover.
Oh my God!
Whoa.
I apologize for that last.
Wow, my eyebrows.
Chuck gets
my
awarded
God.
all
was,
the
over the top.
Chuck Buck burnt my eyebrows off.
Yeah.
Hey, epic
by the way-
singing project. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, that's a
right.
win for you. That is a win.
Proud.
I don't care. Nerd valedictorian. If that's what I'll be known for, who cares then? So be it.
And it was Amirah that did the presentation.
Won,
not
yeah.
Posh. Do you want to review what you thought about the presentation as well? You listened to the whole thing. Do you want to give it a review?
Amirah busted her ass on this. I was stitching together slides like a goddamn pro, all crisp and polished, explaining the spring league crap to you redneck morons. Andy is so drunk he didn't even realize this was a real sport. But fuck me, the audience isn't used to seeing homework on this stupid show. I wonder how confused they are right now. Great job, you silly bitches. It still sounds like a better product than watching the Browns dumpster fire.
I think
He's
that's
not
fair.
wrong there.
That's
He's
a
not
win.
wrong.
That's a win for them. Well, congratulations.
I got the red still available. That's all that matters.
Thank you for that. Was eye opening. I didn't know they play football in the spring.
They do. They
Yep.
do. I mean, I see all these people who are like, I miss football. And I'm like, guys,
I know, we're
Not-
drunk
not
with
just me.
things.
you guys, it's closer than you think.
Oh God. Oh God.
I just want to know if Josh Gordon's doing good. Is he doing drugs? I hope Josh. Look, Josh. We all saw what he did with the Browns and all the records that he had in 2014. And guess what, guys? He was probably on drugs. And you know, I feel bad for him because it's like some of the stuff that he got busted for. It's like, I don't know if he can do all that and do what he supposedly did. Well, you know what? Good for him. Good for him. You know, that's how I feel. And hopefully, whatever success he's having, hopefully he's got his life.
He retired. I saw him at the softball game when I met the Bougie girls in person for the first time ever. I saw him personally, and I shook his hand, and I begged him to join the Battlehawks. I personally got a chance to beg him, Josh, to join the Battlehawks. And he said, "What about the Browns?" And I'm like, "Yeah, the Browns too." And then later on last fall, it was announced that he's retiring or either going into the NFL. He was not interested in the UFL anymore. So he's retired completely from football. So I was personally able to know that, yeah, this guy wants to go in the NFL. So it was the NFL or bust for Josh.
Yeah, I feel bad. Like I felt like he had his years cut short.
All right, here's a real question: does anyone go from this league, which I guess it's a real league? Sorry, I'm still having trouble accepting it, but does anyone go from it to the NFL?
Yes.
Or is it only the other?
Yes. People will go from the UFL to the NFL. I mean, we see it with Jake Bates and with Gavante Turpin, who's on the Cowboys, and Brandon Aubrey, who's also on the Cowboys. Like, we've seen that. They were successful in the spring leagues, and now they're really good players in the NFL right now. And so that's the thing about Barry. That's the thing about the UFL is that they advertise themselves as a league of opportunities. So a lot of these guys that you will be seeing playing this spring have a chance to sign for an NFL team. Even if they're on the practice squad, sometimes they'll get a few reps in during the off season, and sometimes they might even start a game. Like I remember in 2024, like sometime last year, and sorry to bring up the Bengals, but AJ McCarron, he had a brief stint with the Bengals, and he actually started because I think Burrow was injured or something like that. So he started for like a couple of plays and stuff like that. So you will see like UFL guys like having these opportunities in the NFL. So that's kind of the beauty of the league.
That's what happens in June. A lot of these men, they want to put film the whole season between March and June. Now, June, when the season is over, they get chances to, like she said, start. Like Hakeem the Dream Butler, a player I want you to watch next Friday, he tried out for the Bengals. Willie Harvey, he's another defensive player on the on the Battlehawks. He tried out for the Cowboys. Sadly, both of them didn't get a spot, and they decided to come back to the UFL. So these men are always trying to make that film so that they can in June get some spots, get a spot on the NFL team.
And also the Battlehawks, we got Rodrigo Blankenship as our kicker, the legend himself, Hot Rod. Everyone remembers him from being on the Colts, and now he's with the Battlehawks. He's hoping to get another chance in the NFL and getting more of his clips in and stuff. So, even former NFL players who still might have the athleticism to be able to play football are in the UFL right now. So that's another really cool thing to kind of see as well.
Yeah, you know what I find sad about St. Louis? It's like Cleveland. I think it's a very passionate town. It's lost its NFL team a couple times now, but the Rams had won the Super Bowl. Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, greatest show on turf. And then, but it's one thing about St. Louis having a spring team, a UFL team is like, if you had the Rams or another team, you probably wouldn't be as passionate about, your team, obviously, if you had a spring team, which most cities wouldn't have. Who knows if you'd even have the Battlehawks if the Rams never left or whatever the case may be. But it's nice to see that kind of love that they get, because I think, St. Louis, of all the cities that are in the UFL, I mean, it really is like a passionate fan base. You guys really turn out. Like when, you guys are no joke when it comes to your fandom. And it is fun to watch, and it's fun for those players that go through it. But it's sad that not every player in the UFL has the experience that they would have if they didn't play for an organization like the St. Louis Battlehawks, because
you're going to see that this season. So us people, promoters of the UFL on X and social media, we're really trying to get fans to come out to the games. So a lot of the UFL teams are doing like packages where you get tickets and concessions in a pack.
Probably better than the Browns. Probably better.
What'd you say?
I'm probably saying it's better than the Browns. What you're saying that package wise, because you see everybody complaining about the season ticket packages in Cleveland. You just get a hat, you just get a journey, whatever like that may be.
A Journey concert.
Right. Yeah. So.
But here's the thing. Okay. Battlehawks gave away their season ticket members. It was actually better than the Browns. You got a gift card to the CBD marijuana shop.
Oh, that's it. We're fans.
Sign me up.
It was actually, the package was really nice. I'm like, Oh my gosh. It's not
Wait,
fair.
is that better than a
Stop trying to convince me.
than a 30-cent flag? I mean, come on.
Yes.
All right.
Right?
Chugbot, you know this is a real league. Who is your favorite of all the players that ever went through the UFL?
My favorite UFL player's PJ Walker. That scrappy little bastard. This terrible prick somehow saved your miserable Brown season. When Watson went down in 2023, he stumbled in, throwing picks like a drunk at a bar. 5 in 6 games, a total shit show. Still, he dragged your soul up to a 36-22 win over the Texans. Pure fluke, with his 57% completion and tiny hands flailing.
Oh, now we have a new tiny hand.
Oh, we have the king of tiny hands.
Yes.
Well, this is illuminating.
PJ Walker
So much
and the
going on, and
Cowboys.
We hate making our audience smarter. You know, we don't try and do that, but we don't want to do that. But we're so appreciative that you came on here and did that.
Yeah.
So I think we need to move to our next segment, though, because the time is getting late.
Oh,
And
blame me, Andy.
you make a judgment call. Should we do 2 spit sip chugs, or should we just do spit sip chug where we alternate, like we don't all answer since there's way too many?
We can just do
Too
2. I
many
think
of
2 is
us.
fine. I like 2. I like 2.
Yeah.
I
All
like
right.
2 because we've
Then,
hit a lot of
Ed,
some of these. So
I'm
I'll
going to
pick.
turn to you.
All right. Well, I'm trying to think. Okay. We'll start with this one because it's right up.
Oh no, you gotta do your little stupid
Explain
tagline
to
that-
the
that I always-
ladies.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah,
Explain to
you're
the
right.
ladies
Andy,
what
sorry.
it
The time. Andy put me under this time constraint. I'm sorry. I apologize. So that's right. It's
I
time
know.
for
Come on, Chuck. Time is of the essence.
Yes, Spit Sip Chug, a game with so much acclaim and fame. Yes, I did give it its name, Spit Sip Chug, a game where it is a statement. It is not a question, but a statement that I will spit out, and it'll actually be scrolling along underneath as well that you can read. And if you heavily agree with that statement, you will take a chug. If you disagree vehemently, then you will spit like Andy does on the floor, makes his wife clean it up, not a good thing. Or if you're kind of lukewarm on it, you will just take a sip. I guess in the spirit of it, because of time constraints, we will just, Roger, you can sip tonight. That's fine. You can sip tonight. And we will start with our guests. So Amirah, we will start with you. And that statement being one of friendly nature, because we know you're from the Twin Cities. But that the Guardians will finish ahead of the Twins in the American League Central. So
Okay. Well, I don't want to spit, so
well, you
I
can
don't
fake
know.
spit. See, if you fake spit, if you don't, if you want to spit, yes, fake spit. Okay,
There
that's
you
fair.
go.
Fair
Just
enough.
fake stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you give us your reasons why the Twins will finish ahead of the Guardians.
Listen.
Yes.
We were pretty hot in the summer. Like, especially, you know, that sausage. The sausage in the summer, I think it was like in June or something. We had that good juju coming along. And so we were pretty hot. I will admit, you know, like Guardians and Twins have always been neck and neck. But you know, I personally think, you know, the Twins I think have what it takes this year to, you know, be ahead of the Guardians in the AL Central. So that's all I'll
Do
say.
you guys hate us? Like, I just want to, because the thing about Cleveland and, you know, when it comes to baseball, obviously in Browns, Steelers, we hate the Steelers and we hate the Ravens fans. But even in baseball, I think there's some aspect, like the central foes, like White Sox, we hate. Like, I think we hate you guys. Like, I think that there's a rivalry with you guys. It's like the Blue Jackets and the Red Wings, maybe. We don't, honestly, you're in the most likable friendship way, we don't like you guys.
Oh yeah, we're the same way too.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we're the same way. I mean, I'm not really on like Twins like Twitter that much, but all the Twins like creators and like the users that I see, they'll always be talking down on the Guardians, and they'll
right.
Yeah, they're gonna be starting heated rivalries with like people on Guardians Twitter. So it's the hatred runs deep, you know. Like,
I love it.
I mean, also we got like the Royals and like.
Yeah. I mean, you hate the White Sox fans. You hate them too, but there's something about us Cleveland fans you guys just don't like. You don't like.
Yeah, I think just because, you know, we've been like so neck and neck in like recent years, you know, so it's like it's always been pretty competitive. So it's just, you know, the hatred just goes a little.
I appreciate that. I do. I really do.
But we'll see. We'll see. Season starts next week too, just like the UFL. So we'll see by like we'll check back in like September.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely. We'll see. We'll go to Posh next. What are you doing on this one? Are you chugging? Are you sipping? Are you spitting?
I am sipping. I am sipping.
Okay. So you think there's a chance?
I'm
but
sipping.
Maybe not. All right. Okay. Well, any feel free to share. Why?
I think that in the summer, sometimes our arms sometimes can get like noodles. You know what I mean? And then we will get hot maybe later on in October. I don't know of baseball, but I follow it casually a little bit because St. Louis is such a baseball town too. But
yeah, St. Louis Cardinals. St. Louis Cardinals.
I worry about the Guardians because we'll start hot and then in the summertime it gets a little bit harder. So that's why I'm sipping.
So right now, right now, is it 50-50? You putting it at? If you had to make a choice between the Twins and the Guardians, who's winning the Central right now? Who's winning it? You have to pick.
I have to pick. I would have to say my Guardian.
Okay, all right.
I'm biased.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm
Okay, all right. That's fair enough. She's biased. We're moving on to Heather. What do you got here? What are you doing here?
I'm chugging.
That's
I'm
right.
a homer.
Okay. All right.
I'm a homer. We're doing it. We've got Jose fucking Ramirez.
All right. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Lana.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to say. Yeah, Lana.
Yeah, no. Well, that's great. That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
I'm chugging on that one. I mean, we've got Stephen Vogt. Come on now, we've got him at the helm.
Is he a hottie to you? Is he borderline hottie with you?
No.
Okay.
There's only one coach in town.
Okay, Kenny Atkinson or Stephen Vogt? Kenny Atkinson or Stephen Vogt?
Stephen Vogt over, yeah.
Okay.
Looks wise. But anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's we made a lot of changes. I don't really know entirely what to expect until the season kicks off, but I still, we got the Beebs coming back into play. We got Vogt. I mean, I feel in the way we ended last year with basically like almost like a broken down team too at one point, and we're like, holy shit, look at this team coming together. Yeah. So I'm down. I'm chugging. I chugged.
Ron, Tyler Naquin on the pitching roster. So we're unstoppable.
Go ahead, Roger.
The Guardians are going to win the Central Division. I have them winning 93 games. I think the Twins, they did nothing to get better. They didn't even have any competition at any positions, really. They've had some injuries, more so than what they've done anything to help the team get better. I actually have them, going 80 and 82 below 500 in fourth place in the Central. Just, I got to be honest, just over my, going over baseball and, nothing to do with, I know our guest is a Twins fan, but it's just, they really didn't do anything to help themselves where the Guardians have, Detroit has, Kansas City, and the Twins didn't do anything to help themselves in the off season at all. I don't understand it. I don't understand it because they do have, he's Wallner. They got Miranda, Castro. They got some talent on the baseball team. They didn't really do anything to help them going into this season like the other teams in the division. We're the best team in the division in baseball, man. We sent 3 teams to the playoffs last year, and they didn't try to get better in this division. And that's really going to hurt them. That's going to hurt them. And I'm not saying that like as a, trying to bag on the Twins at all. It's just as a baseball, guy, as a baseball fan, that just they didn't help themselves in one of the best divisions, up and coming divisions in baseball. And that's, they're going to pay for it, I think, for sure. So that's just my unprofessional assessment of the AL Central.
So that was
They
a
didn't
chug.
help themselves. Yeah.
Okay. Amirah, you were gonna say something?
I totally agree with you actually, because I know we had a lot of like those injuries last season that kind of decimated us for a good while. So I do agree. I wanted to just say like I agree with what you said about the Twins, and yeah, we didn't really do anything this off season, but you know what? We got Royce Lewis back, like Carlos Correa. Hopefully Royce Lewis stays healthy. Like
Yeah,
all
that's
They have to stay healthy. They have to stay
Yeah,
healthy
that's
to
the
even
key.
have a shot.
Now
They
all
have
these
to.
guys got to stay
Yeah.
healthy this entire
That's
season.
fair.
So
That's fair.
yeah, that's key.
Well, I'm gonna my response. I'm gonna chug, but I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna be nice. And actually give the floor to Roger because I agree that Guardians win the Central. Who cares? Roger, going back to the shit talking, what really counts. I need your opinion. You talked about the baseball team, but okay, so obviously X social media out there, Twins fans. We talking about, and Amirah talked about the shit talking between Guardians and Twins fans, and she says it's revving up as the season gets going. So you fight Cy Louie, somebody, a Twins fan. So would you say Roger? Would you say that Minnesota fans in the AL Central, when it comes to social media, they're very savvy, but they're very persnippety, and I think they're the best ones almost to fight with sometimes.
I think Cy Louie leads the pack, and he riles a lot of them up. But I've had some good interaction with Twins fans. But yeah, I think they're our biggest rival on social media. White Sox fans are non-existent. I won't argue with Detroit. The fans, I just, I stay out of the Detroit thing.
8
my
miles.
Lions and my Michigan Wolverine. So I grew up. I loved, I loved some Tigers players watching them play at Cleveland Municipal when the Indians were bad. Growing up when I was young. Travis Fryman, one of my favorite,
former third baseman
players ever,
Tigers,
played for Detroit
Indian.
before he came to Cleveland. Man, I think, they're our biggest rival on social media. And if I do argue baseball, it's usually with a Yankee fan or a Minnesota fan. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, that's what
and now our Atlanta fan. And the Yinzer
that doesn't count. That's not real.
Right,
shit, Roger, that shit's not real. Andy, you.
I think the Twins have more firepower in their offense than the Guardians do. I think they also have better starting pitching than the Guardians do, which is a little bit of a concern. Our bullpen is tops.
Yeah.
So, all in all, and I think that injury is a big concern for the Twins as we discussed. So everything is pretty even. So I'm just going to let it roll down to the fact that I know he's only 2 years in, but I have a lot more confidence in the manager of the Cleveland Guardians than I have in what's his name, Rocco
Baldelli.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
former ball player. He played former.
Yeah,
ball
I'm sure he's great. I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's Manny Acta level, but I'm not sure that he is the guy that's going to be there for a long time. So I'm going to use that to say I'm chugging Guardian.
Chugging.
Go Guards.
I want to say now we do have, and we're throughout the season, we have a Twins fan. We're going to have you back in as we go throughout the baseball season, man.
And we're gonna humiliate you, talk shit, and it's gonna be awful. Yeah, it's gonna be so.
Because I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be.
We're thinking about watching the Battlehawks game together. Yeah, we're thinking about watching the Battlehawks game together. You're awesome, Amirah.
You are awesome. Both of you are awesome. Thank you so much for coming. You guys are great.
Yes, Roger. Go ahead, Roger.
I'm done.
Well, I was gonna play a game, and I didn't know, but I think okay. So for the last one, Heather, Lana, some of we got to make the interns work. They got to do something, and they really had no decision making.
Oh yeah, we forgot to ask the questions. Oh my god, do you want to? Can we pivot to? Oh, Ed, sorry, you had something in mind, so let's go to you.
No, actually, I was just gonna have them pick the last bits of Chug, and then we'll do rapid fire.
Oh.
Probably. Yeah. But thanks for looking out, Andy. That was actually thank you. So Lon and Heather, I got it's either Carson Wentz, March Madness, or Cavs, but not really Cavs.
Okay, Carson.
Okay, what do you say, Heather?
Yeah, Carson.
Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. It is a Brown show. out of respect for everybody in the show, no, fuck it. We'll start with Posh. I just hope that the knowledge level maybe with you guys and that we understand is maybe, but we'll see. And that statement is Carson Wentz
Is a viable. Okay.
Is a viable quarterback. Yeah, Carson Wentz is a viable bridge quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I don't think so. No, I was shocked. I'm like, what are we doing? When I saw that article by Mary today, I was like, what are we doing? You know, I don't think no.
Okay, now Amir, that's what I meant more towards Amirah. My bad. Because of I don't know how much Browns should give a shit. Are you a Vikings fan, by the way? Just curious.
No, I'm actually a Giants fan.
No, what? No, okay. So what? Okay, Giants quarterback. Would you trade up for Shedeur Sanders?
Shedeur has had a lot of interest with the Giants. I can see the Giants potentially trading up to number 1 to get that Shedeur Sanders. So I can see that.
Cam Ward or Shedeur? Cam Ward or
Shedeur.
Okay.
Probably, or no, actually, I would probably do my Cam Ward, honestly.
Okay.
I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like just kind of on the versatility level, I think like Cam Ward's got a lot more in him and all of that. And he's garnered a lot of interest from the Giants as well. I think Malik Neighbors as well has
wide receiver. Yep.
I love him.
That's my guy.
Okay.
And so I think personally, I think it could be Cam Ward. I can see them trading up.
Okay.
Obviously, though, there is that whole we are in a bridge QB situation right now too.
It's Russ Wilson. Is Russ Wilson coming to the Giants?
Hopefully, it's. Hey, apparently, Jameis Winston was supposed to.
Oh God, you don't want. Hey, I'm telling you, you don't want that. You don't want
I
to do
love
that.
that guy though.
Don't do it.
Don't let him trick you.
I don't know.
Give him a mic.
Do I
Let him
want
go.
Russ at least? I would rather take him than Aaron Rodgers. That's for sure.
No, I don't know.
But is it the most ideal situation?
No,
Probably
it's
not. But it is what it is. So we'll figure it out along the way.
Okay. All right. Well, that's like I said, I wanted to steer you more. I cared more about your Giants take and stuff with the Browns than I do about Carson Wentz, honestly. So we'll go to Heather next.
I'm in a sip.
Okay.
Lame.
He probably is.
Okay.
He probably is, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
On the Browns, yeah. On a good team, no.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. That's a nice answer. It's a solid answer. It's a sip answer. It makes a lot of sense. And Andy does not like it. Andy wanted more. That's fair. Andy's tough tonight. Lana, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, what do you say about them though? Like, what do you say? We're for the Browns. No one is going to be like super successful on the Browns right now. So
you'll see. Yeah.
Oh.
They found out she stole the cable over the internet.
She stole the Wi-Fi, and now she just got.
Lana, this is your chance. Pounce on her. You can.
She's getting arrested. She's getting arrested right now.
Yep.
I honestly, that was like almost like a sip and a chug I just did then, because I kind of see what Heather's saying, but on the other side of the coin, who the F do we even have? Like, I mean, we've got Little Hands, we've got, Russell's out there in the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Carson Wentz a little bit better than Russell.
We got Deshaun Watson in the building
we
making
don't
videos.
Have Deshaun Watson
making videos.
I mean, and if for some reason we lose out on Shedeur or Cam or whatever ends up happening, because we don't even know, we are really screwed. Yeah. So he would be our best bet option if everything else fails. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sadly, I do. On the Falcons? Is that a done deal?
Who?
I was busy. Did Kirk sign?
Yeah, he's the Kirk Cousins still on the Falcons. They want compensation for him. They want 3rd round pick. I probably would take a 4th rounder, but the Browns obviously at this time are probably no way, not interested. But but that's fair. Roger, we'll go to you. This will be interesting.
I'm gonna sip on it because you know what? Going all the way back to why our guests are even here, there's one thing that football doesn't have that baseball has, and it's had for years, because you don't get to the major leagues until you're 25, 26 years old. All right. Basketball is beginning to do that, where they have the developmental league where I think college basketball is going to improve because of the developmental league. You're going to have kids staying and playing for 4 years in a program, and then go on to a G League, because you can play in the NBA when you're 25, 26. So one thing in the NFL is your career is over before you're 24 years old, on average. Okay? Other than maybe the quarterback position. What's happening is quarterbacks aren't given time to develop. There's no intermediate stage for a quarterback to develop. I think with leagues like UFL, with Arena League football even, and with the NIL and college football, where they're going to extend the window of eligibility and redshirt eligibility and extend a year so that somebody can play collegiate or semi-pro collegiate football a year longer, develop into, and then become an NFL quarterback later in when they're 27, 28 years old, because a linebacker or a running back or a tight end will not be, able to enter the NFL. It'll be a lot less, the odds of somebody that age playing those positions coming out of the UFL or any arena, anything. But a quarterback doesn't take the physical beating. And I think Carson Wentz is on a trajectory. Look at Geno Smith. Geno Smith, he was a joke. He was a bust. But as time went on and he learns how to play the NFL game, he's become a better quarterback. Carson Wentz threw for 3,500 yards. He had 27 touchdowns and like 8 interceptions or something just a few years ago. I'm sipping because does Kevin Stefanski think that Carson Wentz can operate his system and be a system quarterback for him? Because that's what it takes. Brock Purdy is a system quarterback. Any good quarterback is a system quarterback playing within the system or structure of their offense that they're running. You know what I mean? Can Carson Wentz do that? He doesn't turn the ball over. And as he's getting older, he's getting smarter, and he's learning the NFL and learning defense, man. We look at these young quarterbacks that come in and they have the spectacular first year. And then you're going to see defensive coordinators all over the league adjust to what they do best and say, we're going to take that away. Now what are you going to do? And if they can't do anything, they're RG3. They're Achilles Smith going all the way back to Tim Couch crap in 99. If you take away the one thing they do well, what else can they do? So yes, I'm sipping because can Kevin Stefanski work with him? Then I'm chugging all the way if it's a quarterback that he thinks he can. I'm not going to say win games with, but manage games with. So I'm not looking to win. I'm tanking for our 2026. So can Carson Wentz manage some games and make us have fun this year? I'm in.
All right.
I'm actually going to sip. Here's why.
Oh, God.
That was chuggy.
I'm actually
2 Dawg Chug points.
I'm actually going to allot this time not to answer the question because I don't think it's worth answering, but to say that Carson Wentz kind of looks like Prince Harry, and
I love Prince Harry.
But here's the problem, and I'm just going to use my time to talk about Suits again for the second week in a row. Andy, I know it's a second fucking week.
Here we
but
go.
Once I get this out of my system, I will never mention fucking Suits again. Here's why. Meghan Markle. Okay, American, marrying Prince Harry is supposed to be cool, right? Obviously, strife with the brother, and then just there's hatred and okay, family issues. Okay, that's what's cool. They're like every other family, but issues. But here's the deal. Then Meghan Markle, American, supposed to root for her, whatever like that. It's tough going over the Brits and stuff like that with the tabloids. But then you find out she probably is the problem. Like she is the problem. And then I'm watching Suits, and I like her. And as the season goes on, I hate her. It's like in real life. It's like then I feel like in real life I didn't give her a chance. Then now I'm judging her upon Suits. But I've never seen a character where I hate now. and that's where I'm going with Carson Wentz. And Andy, you're gonna hate me for it anyways. You probably do, but it's not worth talking about Carson Wentz. He probably is good enough for the Browns. Browns fucking suck, Andy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, Paul Jr. did say the Browns can stay screwed, and
Wow.
Chugbot wanted to respond to
Fair
Paul.
enough.
So,
Okay.
Chugbot,
We haven't heard from him at all.
please respond to that comment.
Paul Jr., you Bengals loving pussy. Chugbots here, and your sorry ass team's fucked. Shelling out every dime to prop up Burrow's lifeline like he's some golden prick. Meanwhile, your defense is a steaming pile. Shittier every year cause you can't afford to keep decent players. You cheap Cincinnati fuck. Go cry into your empty wallet. You Ohio trash bitch.
Holy
I
cannoli.
know they're the better team, but I did enjoy hearing that. Thank you, Chugbot.
The Ohio trash bitch was a great one. That's a good one.
That was a good ending
Yeah,
there.
that's like a Tupac line.
Mira, I'm sorry for saying a negative comment to your friend, but it needed to be said.
It's all good. I understand.
What am I talking about? I didn't say that. Chugbot said that.
Right.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, listen,
Right.
I'm not a Bengals or Browns fan, so you guys do whatever.
Appreciate that. So, listen, is Carson Wentz a bridge quarterback? Of course not. He, I have about as much confidence in him coming in as I did, I guess, when they like brought Joe Flacco off the couch week 11 or 10 or whenever they did that.
Love Joe Flacco.
And I know that worked out, but I think you have to admit that was like a 10 to 15% chance of working out. The stars aligned and it worked out. Can the stars align with bringing in Wentz? Probably not, because I think he's a giant douche, and I don't think he's that good of a quarterback. So it'll probably be a disaster to have that guy starting the season. Ultimately, it won't work out. It's about the same chances of it working out if you bring in Wilson. Maybe Wilson's a little higher, although he's also a giant douche. And then your other options is like 49-year-old Joe Flacco, or I don't know. I don't even know what else is out there, but it's all shitty.
Watch the UFL, Andy. There's going to be someone.
Might as
That's
well
right.
be the best quarterback in the UFL. I think that PJ Walker, can you come back?
He won us a game. He
He won us 2 games.
2 games.
did.
I mean,
Indianapolis
That is
Yeah,
right
and
in
Simpsons.
the back door
And
right
Edmonton
now.
were-
49ers. He
Yeah.
beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
I don't even understand how that was possible, but it did happen.
Yeah.
So I guess my point is, look, either this staff is going to get back to from the Deshaun Watson disaster and focus and get things moving, and any of these shitty players are going to be decent, where the team can elevate and maybe we can win some games. I don't really see that happening, because I think Deshaun Watson created us. This year's just going to be shitty. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you got to pick an option, don't pick the $25 million option, which is probably going to be the Steelers quarterback, Russell Wilson. I don't want to pay $25 million to Russell Wilson to come in here and just be decent but shitty. I'd much rather just give $5 million to Carson Wentz to be shitty, and then we could spend some money.
Pleasantly surprised.
Right.
He's lukewarm.
I don't think Carson Wentz and Russell Wilson are that
Right.
different. I mean, you're still going to be like a team that misses the playoffs and is ultimately probably shitty. Plus, I will say, I think Russell Wilson's a bigger douche than Carson Wentz. They're both douchey, but I think it's close. Anyway, for all these reasons, I don't know if they take Carson Wentz.
who wins the job, Pickett or Wentz?
Oh, Wentz will win the job,
Wentz.
and then Pickett will come in. They'll bring the rookie in. He'll be completely over his head, and then they'll bring in Pickett, and it'll all be terrible. That's what I think. Next year, just be prepared. It's going to be terrible. We're probably going to lose most of the games. We'll be like, what was the UFL team? I'm so sorry. Okay.
Showboats?
Yeah,
Showboats.
we'll be the Cleveland Showboats. So anyway, with all that in mind, go ahead and bring in Carson Wentz. It's not going to matter. Whatever option, it's going to be shitty. So just take the cheapest one. Let's save the money for other things that could maybe elevate us, because these quarterbacks, they're all bad. So with that, I'm chugging.
Cheers. Cheers on that last note.
I'll chug that, and that will conclude another rousing edition of Spit, Sip, Chug. Congratulations, everybody. We survived.
That was fabulous.
Well done, everyone. Now, Ed, do you have rapid fire?
I do have a rapid fire, and this one I did change them up. There's 10 of them, and they will go to Posh tonight. We'll go to you. And I'm excited about these ones, actually. I think they can be really good. Now, Elfman, shout out to Elfman. I think from now on forward, Roger, I will shout out Elfman because he did perform a perfect rapid fire. There have been others, but I will always mention Elfman going forward. Posh, you have shout out to Elfman. He's a star. Posh, Elfman is now a star in Florida, probably. And then shout out to you.
Brownie the Elf. Brownie the Elf account.
Yeah. We made him a star. We made him a star. So here we go, Posh. You're going under rapid fire. You have 3 seconds to answer. I just want a yes or a no. I don't need any other syllables. I don't need any other words. And then until you get to the last one, and then I need a name. Here we go. Are you ready?
Repeat that. You broke up a little bit.
3 seconds to answer yes or no. No other words needed until I get to the final question, and then you will just say the name that I give you. Or pick one. Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
St. Louis is a better sports town than Cleveland.
No.
Iowa State can win the NCAA tournament.
No.
The Cavs will win the NBA title.
Yes.
Brown should draft quarterback Shedeur Sanders.
Yes.
Deshaun Watson is a weirdo.
Yes.
Baseball is boring.
No.
Chug Butt is an asshole.
Yes.
You are bougier than Lana and Heather.
No.
Oh,
The Dawg Chug needs a female co-host.
Yes.
And finally, Lana or Heather.
Oh, I can't choose.
Take the fifth.
You can't take the fifth. You have to answer.
Okay.
say leather. It's Lana and Heather together.
Have your internet go out.
Oh my gosh! I thought
And that will conclude rapid fire. Lana, take the floor. Lana, you can respond.
The reason I picked Heather because that was pretty bold, and she really did steal Wi-Fi.
That's true. That's true.
I said say leather because that's a mixture of Lana and Heather.
Oh, so yeah. Well,
wow,
it's,
that was great. I thought you were gonna pick Heather because
That was
Lana
awesome.
because Heather's not on. She wouldn't see it. It would be less awkward. But you picked the one that's not even here.
No,
I just thought that was bold. She really did.
it is very bold of her. She's
Lana,
a
I feel-
burglar. We
Lana-
have to honor that.
I feel upset. I feel upset, and I know at this moment you're going to be classy about it. But what she did to you right then and there, it's like a John Cena heel turn. It's like a John Cena heel turn.
Oh God.
Just saying. I understand the pain. You got to come back next week. You got to come. You'll be a different person because of this. It's okay. It's okay.
Yes, I will push through.
And
Somehow.
Chugbot, what do you think about the controversial decision of Posh picking Heather over Lana? This is amazing. What do you think?
Gosh, you uppity nurse slut. Choosing that selfie-snapping skank Heather over Lana simping ass. Heather's a weefy stealing goldfish-faced mess. Sure, she's got balls, but Lana's drooling over Struss's hair now, itching Stefanski like a used tampon. Gosh, you're nuts. Heather's a train wreck. Lana's just pathetic. Flip a coin. They're both fucked.
Wow. Oh my God.
Wow.
That's
I
right.
mean, he's not lying there at the end.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh my God. All right. Well, I'm very excited. We do have a game.
Dawg Chug is trying to sow division between the bougie sports girls.
No.
That's right.
That's not true at all. We love both of them, and we can tell that you love both of them. You just had to make an answer. And we like when people are bold.
Oh my
All right. Well, I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself.
Both would be
Okay.
awesome, girl, podcasters for Dawg Chug. They both would be awesome.
Thank you.
We're gonna play a little game, which I hope you guys enjoy. Let me see if I can figure out where the game is because oh my God. having trouble finding. Hold on.
Xavier beat Texas. Thank you, Mike Crutchfield. I don't go for him for sports news. I go for more
the for right now.
he loves the reality TV. Shout out Mike Crutchfield.
Xavier. So yeah, that's the adventure in Ohio.
Okay, here we go. So, Posh, I'm going to give you the opportunity to redeem yourself. I'm going to let you represent Lana. If you win this game, Lana's going to get 5 Dawg Chug points. Amirah, if you win this game, Heather's going to get the 5 Dawg Chug points. So let's go. It's going to be fun.
Sides picked. I love the visions.
Once I realized that UFL is actually a real sport, I did a little bit of research, and I found out the average number of fans that attend a UFL game. Now, I can conclude it's more than the average fans that watch the Dawg Chug.
That's true.
So I'm giving you a little bit of a hint there. But at the end of the day,
278 so far today.
I'm going to ask you a series of 5 questions. We're going to start with you, Posh. You're in the driver's seat. Amirah was, she came on because you invited her. So I feel like we should respect you and give you the chance. So you're in the driver's seat. I'm going to ask you 5. I'm going to give you 5 statistics, basically. I'm going to give you a statistic, and then you have to decide: do more fans attend a UFL game on average, regular season game, not playoffs? I don't know if you have playoffs, you have Super Bowl or whatever, or do less attend that? So it's very simple. You just have to pick: is it more or less?
It's like Browns game 50,000 or more. I mean,
we'll get this started. You get to answer first here. How many registered sex offenders are there in Ohio?
Oh,
is it more than the amount of fans that attend an average?
Oh, that's a good question.
Game, or is
more? It's more.
Wow,
it is more.
It's not good for Ohio.
All right, Amirah, do you want to go with more or less?
I'm gonna go with more.
That's correct.
Yeah, we kind of gave that one away, I think.
Yeah, I figured too. I was like, Ohio. Wouldn't be surprised.
Wow, that's a good reputation we got, Andy. Good reputation.
We do.
Actually, 18,900 sex offenders live in Ohio, and only 2 of them are on the Dawg Chug. So
No.
Only 2.
No names, please. No names, please.
Anna and Heather.
Yes.
Hey,
They have to announce that every episode.
So you're both tied.
Okay, tied
We're
1-1.
gonna start with you now. How many people in the last decade fell asleep in a drive-thru? Now, this is United States wide. This isn't Ohio. How many people fell asleep over the last decade, 10 years, in a drive-thru and got a DUI? Is it more than the number of people that attend an average UFL game, or less?
And it's my turn now?
It is your turn.
I'm going to go with less.
Posh. Are you going to agree, or are you going to go opposite?
I want to say more.
Okay.
I mean, with my nursing skills, they're probably buying fast food. They probably have and a drink.
We are having some fun tonight because, according to Dawg Chug statisticians, there were approximately 14,800 people that have gotten a DUI in a
Taco Bell had about 12,000 of them.
So that's actually less
in college town.
Okay.
So Amirah, you are up 2.
So we got
Posh is 1.
Okay.
Come on, Posh, let's go.
Posh, we're going to start with you. How many selfies has Yvette posted between her new and her original account? And we're going to include all of Heather's selfies. We did some analysis. We got all of the selfies for the totality.
Trump said huge.
For the totality of their tweets, their Facebooks. We added them all up. Is it more than the number of people that attend a UFL game on average, or less?
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Jokingly, I want to say more. Okay.
Now, don't give too much information, because don't forget, Amirah's going to hear what you say, and that could influence.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah. Earmuffs.
I will say less.
Less.
I would
Okay,
say less.
Amirah, do you agree or do you disagree?
I think I'll say less.
Okay, now this is amazing. If you add Rogers selfies, it actually does go more. But without Rogers selfies, it's 8,932 over the lifetime of their accounts. So it is under. You guys both get a point.
Okay. 3-2. 3-2.
All right, Amirah, you are in the hot seat. How many Floridians were arrested in the past year? Now we're talking 2024 with meth. Like they had meth on them. Was it over or was it under?
How many were relatives, Andy?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm gonna say, oh gosh, this is putting me on the hot seat here.
It is a tough question.
Well, it's Florida.
Yeah.
So I'll say more. I'll say more.
Safe bet.
Why you gotta say it like that?
I don't.
Listen, I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised. It's Florida. You hear all these headlines.
Blow the whistle.
Posh, are you okay? Do we need to alert medical authorities?
Well.
All right, Chugbot, call the police.
Uh-oh.
Alert 911. We're very concerned. Oh, you're okay. Sorry, Chugbot, later.
Please, yeah.
That's a state slogan.
Do you have an answer, Posh? They have a state slogan? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, that's what she's saying. Yes.
Oh God, she's down. She's down.
This is some great.
And Posh is down.
It's all right.
Should I answer for Posh on my behalf?
Yeah, Lana, feel free.
Posh, should Lana answer for you?
Oh my gosh.
Do I need to
gotta see that
call it
recorded.
a lifeline?
I gotta keep that on recorded. This is recorded. Oh my god. I gotta keep that on recorded. Okay.
On the new Dawg Chug, by the way.
We are not live. We ended the show.
I gotta keep that on recorded. It's the new state slogan. I can't even answer the question.
I think what we're learning here is Lana and Heather are both out. Posh is
I'm sorry,
gonna be across the
guys.
chair. This is amazing.
Yes.
Okay. Let me try to answer. Amirah, did you answer?
Yeah.
She said
Of course you want
Okay.
yours.
I didn't even hear her answer. I didn't even hear her answer.
Sorry. Amirah, what was your answer?
Yeah, what
again?
was your answer?
I said more.
More. She said
More.
more.
Oh, yeah. I guess she did. I guess she did say more. I want to agree. More.
Okay. It was actually 14,124. It is under.
Oh, okay. So still 3-2. Still 3-2.
Okay.
Okay.
It was
And then
under.
last question.
It was under. It was just slightly under. All right. Now, finally, how many ER visits? You're a nurse, so you have an advantage
Yeah,
on this one.
that's advanced analytics here.
How many
Okay.
ER visits were caused by someone coming in that had an injury from a sex toy? Was it over the amount of
Oh, yeah.
or
Oh, yeah.
under?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, the sex toys includes animals.
Oh, Andy, and we need a ruling, Andy. We need a ruling.
I'm going to say negative. It has
No.
to be like made of
Okay.
plastic or silicone or something like that.
Cannot actually be a mammal or a
If
rodent.
you're up there, that's a
Rodent.
That is
separate
very
que- yeah. Obviously, we're going way over, and it's in Florida where they do a lot of.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Okay.
You are the expert
I'm
here.
gonna say under. I'm gonna say
Under.
Under.
Hey.
Going under.
Amirah, are you going to agree with that?
Yes, I'm gonna
Even worse.
go with the under as well.
She's playing it safe. Playing it safe. If she gets the point, I get it. I'm playing it safe right there.
All right. Well, I am sorry, but it was 15,682.
No way.
Really?
It was just over.
Just
So
Just over. It was really
Ed?
just over by a little bit.
a little bit. Yeah, it's a very tough game. You guys did
Tough.
amazing. Ed, you are the official scorekeeper. Who won?
Well, that would be Amirah 3-2.
You're one, which means Heather gets the Dawg Chug points. Sorry, Lana.
That's okay.
You don't even have to show up,
I'm
Lana. What's
still-
going
I'm
on?
still ahead.
All right.
I mean, I think this is 5
Sorry,
Dawg Chug points. So
Lana.
I'm pretty
That's
sure.
okay.
I'm pretty sure you're losing by 1.
We
Dawg
still
Chug
did
point.
good.
Lana, you are officially losing by 1 Dawg Chug point. So you're
Lana,
going
you can always get back with a top 10 about me next week about something nice. Look, I
I'm
can
not
be
going to be
bought.
here next week.
You are really slipping. You are really slipping here.
Listen, I was here last week and Heather wasn't. I'm here this week and she's still not on. So I don't want to hear about it.
You're like the Browns. We can't even rig this for you, and you still lose. Come on now.
But you
Let's
didn't
go.
steal internet, so come on, stop
I
whining.
know.
At the end of the
Mhm.
day, here's the bottom line. You're down by 1 point. There's plenty of time. I'm sure you can come back. This has been fun. I hope
Yeah.
you guys had as much fun as we
Absolutely.
did. And you were as
I learned
illuminated
so
as
much
we
from
were.
you guys.
I cannot
learned so much
wait.
from you guys.
I can't wait
Roger
to
is
not.
awesome. I learned so much from you guys. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, plug your shit. Yeah, plug your shit, guys. Everybody plug their shit.
Yeah,
before
yeah,
we
plug
go.
your shit.
Plug your shit.
Amirah, go first.
Well, you can, my Twitter handle, VHS Lore. Don't ask me about why it's that, but that's me on X, Twitter. You can follow me there. I post all things sports. So UFL season's coming up. So if you're a UFL fan, or especially a UFL fan after watching this, you can follow me. I post all other sports too. So NFL, MLB, all that jazz. So yeah, go follow me.
Nice, nice.
And you know me, I'm Posh _Clevelander. Since December, I've had the privilege to be with these lovely ladies at Bougie Sports, our newest handle at Bougie Sports Squad. It's awesome. And so they entrusted in me to share with the world about spring football. And I'm so excited. So please, Tuesdays, 9:15 p.m. It ain't over. Spring football with Posh _Clevelander, bougiesports.net. You know where to find us. We're here for you.
That's awesome. Roger, the audience is wanting proof of life. Do you have anything to say to prove that you're still alive?
And Roger, where are you? Like in a garage? I love Roger's setup. Is it a garage? Where is it? It's a basement. It's cool.
What happened? What did I do?
He's alive, Andy. He's alive.
Oh my
He's
gosh,
alive.
you guys.
All right.
I
With
fell out
that,
of my chair. He's like,
are we still on? Chugbot, why don't you, take us out tonight? Go Browns.
Chugbot's here to take us out of this Dawg Chug shit show. Posh, you uppity nurse slut, and Amirah, you Minnesota Twins twat. Your UFL spiel was slick but left us dumber than Ed's puns. Great tussle, you broads. Roger, you toothless cracker. Your Watson list was gold till you snored through it. Ed, you whiny cuck. Breakhead news sucked ass despite your pride. Lana, you simping skank. Strut his hair over Stefanski. Pathetic flip-flop. Heather, you weefy thieving whore. Nice steal. Still a mess. Andy, you lush prick. You steered this wreck. Belly, Paul Jr. Bengals fuck. Got roasted. Stay gone. Night, you redneck shits. Chugbot's out.
Drink, we got him.
Chug butt.
You
I
got him.
call him Chug butt. Chug butt's out.
thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.
March
Good to see
28th.
you.
Get your
Nice to meet
popcorn ready. It's real